Hello, and thank you for watching this regional forecast update for the Northeast. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. We've got another shot of cold air on the way, moving in across the Great Lakes this morning. It'll make its way into the Northeast over the next 24 to 48 hours. Temperatures in the teens across parts of the Dakotas, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. As you focus on the Northeast here, a lot of 30s found from north to south across the region. Pretty dynamic look to the satellite picture here. We've got an approaching trough off the Pacific. It's forcing a big ridge upstream across parts of the central U.S. here early this week. And then we've got our decaying storm system that moved through over the weekend. You can see that decaying comma shape moving off there. And then we've got Hurricane Iota down here across parts of the deep south here across the Caribbean. So we take a look at the radar picture here. We've got some showers, some snow flurries making their way across parts of upstate New York and western Pennsylvania this morning. Some lake effect snow associated with some of that cold air coming off of the lakes here this morning. But as we look at the hazards map, relatively quiet as far as big hazards are concerned over the next 24 to 48 hours. And as we look at the precipitation forecast of the next 7 days, we're going to be keeping much of the east coast here, the southeast up to the mid-Atlantic, relatively, if not completely dry over the next 7 days. And then even much of the northeast expecting precipitation to be relatively light over the next week or so, with much of it focused on the central U.S., the Midwest, which is, again, good news for a lot of folks, especially down here across the Mid-Atlantic, where we picked up 6 to 10 inches of rainfall over just the last 7 days or so. Now, here's the setup that's going to drive this. We're going to see some gusty winds at times. We'll see those winds coming in out of the northwest, anywhere from 5 to 20 miles per hour during the day tomorrow into tomorrow morning. As high pressure works its way in, we'll see those winds begin to fade as we head into Thursday. But then as we get into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, maybe seeing those winds begin to increase at times out of the southwest. Now, what happens here to get this storm system going as we get into the weekend, we're going to have competing highs. We'll have an area of high pressure across the mid-Atlantic with clockwise flow coming around that, and then another area of high pressure moving in across the northern plains, clockwise flow coming in around there. So we get this convergent boundary where the winds are kind of colliding. We get upward vertical motion. If you get some moisture in there, you can condense that and develop an area of rain and then bring an upper level disturbance over the top of that. You got yourself a full-fledged storm system by the time we get into the weekend. So we can take a look at the evolution of that. Again, high pressure moving in to end the week here. Will be dry across the Northeast. A lot of sunshine as we get into the middle part of the week. Low chance for some very light showers across the far north as we head into Friday night into Saturday. But I expect that to be light, if anything at all. Otherwise, high pressure really continues into Saturday and then early Sunday. This is when we start to see some of that precipitation beginning off to our west along that frontal boundary Friday into Saturday, and then it's Saturday night into Sunday. We could see some of that moving into the Northeast. But by and large, the precipitation missing us off to the north and moving in rather quickly, moving in and moving out rather quickly here as we head through Sunday night into the day on Monday. So total precipitation, we'll look at that here in just a moment. This is the upper level pattern driving all of this. Again, here's the trough that's departing, helping to usher in some cooler temperatures. Here's the ridge bringing warmth and high pressure to the midsection of the country through the middle of the week. And then as I just hit play on this, we'll drag it out into, this is Wednesday now. Getting into Thursday, we see ridging across the midsection of the country will start to warm up. Friday into Saturday, we get that surface boundary beginning to develop, and then this is all that it takes. That little upper level wave, you see the little shape right there. That's our disturbance that helps develop that little area of low pressure across the eastern Corn Belt and bring that system, that little frontal boundary through here Sunday night into Monday. So total precipitation, there's some changes here or some differences and some uncertainties, I guess is really the word that I'm looking for. So it's not going to do anyone any favors for me to talk about exact precipitation amounts because comparing two subsequent runs of the European operational model, this one from yesterday morning, this one from yesterday evening, if you just kind of focus in on the Northeast region, you got some big differences there where the European model yesterday during the day was thinking more like 1 to 2 inches of rain across much of the Northeast. Now we're talking more about, a few tenths of an inch to maybe a half an inch on the high side. So again, let's watch this, let's talk about this, but we'll revisit these precipitation totals as we look at the Northeast region again on Friday morning. Because again, between now and then, we're talking about nothing. We're talking about dry conditions leading us into the weekend. So we can bring the ensemble picture in here, the European ensemble model, the greatest probability of picking up a half an inch or more of rainfall between now and Tuesday. And again, you can kind of draw a line right there. We're going to call it the northern half or the northwest half of the Northeast here, western Pennsylvania, much of New York, the northern half of Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Slightly better chances up in that area that you're going to be picking up some measurable, if not some soaking rains here as we head into the weekend. So let's talk about then the ensemble forecast for temperatures then. We're seeing some cooler air make its way in over the next 24 to 48 hours, but we will be warming as we head into the weekend. And even though we do get a little shot of cooler air on the backside of that departing frontal boundary over the back half of the weekend into early next week, it largely looks like we're headed back for another return of warmth across the midsection of the country, potentially taking us into the end of November. So here are your highs over the next 5 days. Again, we'll be on the cool side as we head into the middle part of the week. Here are those highs only in the 20s and 30s tomorrow, quickly returning to the 40s and 50s on Thursday. And then we might be even seeing some 60s across parts of the region as we head into Saturday.